Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, so today we're going to do a Divine Masculine check-in, but first I'm just going to pull a card to see where the Divine Feminines and Divine Masculines are at regarding karma. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel. Only the highest and most beneficial information coming through. What is it we can see regarding the Divine Feminines and karmic awareness? Okay, cosmic flower. The frequency of cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. So I am getting that remembrance feeling here. You know, karma is when we've forgotten. It's when we've forgotten, we've bought into the 3D, we get entrapped in the illusion of what's going on in this dimension, and we forget the love. Love is the great salvation. It's that thing, that beautiful energy that changes everything. So Divine Feminines are remembering home. Home is where the heart is. Let's take that sentence apart a little bit. Home is where the heart is in it. Beautiful, Divine Feminines. Okay, where are the Divine Masculines at regarding karma? Thank you, Divine Creator, for showing us the Divine Masculine consciousness. Synergy. The frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of the not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. Yes, so Divine Masculines are seeing their karma has been familiar. It has not been new, unusual, innovative. This has been part of what has kept everybody in repeating cycles, is going for what we have thought and felt familiar. This is now an awakening energy to the true abundance that happens when we go out of our comfort zone and try a new combinations and unions. How beautiful. So this is like trying the unfamiliar, stepping out of the comfort zone, and you have to channel that. Humans are creatures that follow examples, we emulate, and so if it's not demonstrated to us, we have a hard time understanding what to do unless we go straight to source. So Divine Masculines are really tuning into source energy in order to have breakthrough thoughts for the new reality emerging. How beautiful. I'm getting the distinct feeling that this home energy is a grounding, and the synergy energy is a propelling, a catapulting, a jumping off of. So I want to say that the Divine Masculine collective is finding bounce in their step because of the consistency of the feminine energy coming back into this home resonance. Lovely. Okay, let's get into a Divine Masculine check-in. Thank you, Divine Creator, for showing us. What are the Divine Masculines thinking about the connection today? What are they feeling on the heart space for their Divine Feminine? What are they wishing for the connection? What actions are being taken? What is the biggest challenge at this time? Some cards just flew out as I said that. Waiting. Waiting for the sun to come up. Waiting to be shown whether or not this second chance will fly. I just heard. I just heard trips might be in order for some. Thank you, Divine Creator, for bringing forward the most appropriate clarification. What is the biggest challenge? What is the spirit-guided solution to that challenge? And where is the connection going in the near future? Okay, so what are they thinking? Oh, brand new thoughts. And the sun just came out again. I threw it back in the deck and here it is. So brand new ideas about why the sun has not shone on this connection consistently or all the time. There's so much love here. And the playful truth is when the divine masculines lighten up, then the sun can come out. So I'm getting the sense that they are seeing the accountability to bring certain energies to the table and engage you playfully from the proper alignment that actually brings clarity and reassurance and joy into this connection. Lovely. Okay. So divine masculines are seeing it's up to them. I'm going to get a Hermit Tarot and see what they would say from that understanding. That doesn't mean that they are going to come forward, I'm being told. So let's see what they would say to you. You are wrong. I'm not that way, is what I heard. So they're looking for a playful way to sort of look at things. I'm getting in the silence that divine masculines have kind of, whether it's telepathically tuned into you, divine feminine, or whether they've just overthought things to the degree that they saw how they could possibly be at fault for certain things. They're like, you're wrong. It was actually this. Da, 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 da. They want to lighten it, kind of sweep it under the carpet a little bit. But as we've seen before, if it gets us where we're going, why are we to apologize or feel condemnation of self? We are meant to just know that everyone's learning and growing. So the divine masculines are saying, actually, I could subscribe to the interpretation of the 3D that this is what was going on, but it could also be looked at in this positive way. So yeah, interesting. Take it how it resonates. And for all of those who comment saying that I'm bringing forward personal preferences and excuses for the masculines, drop into your own process and know yourself. Understand the process of consciousness and becoming, and then revisit what's being said here. Because if you can see how your own journey has unfolded, you might have more compassion towards the divine masculines. Just saying. Okay, so how are the divine masculines thinking about the connection? Three of Flames, they're looking for manifestations in the future, but there is this waiting. So something to do with business, Pentacles, real world, 3D, I mean, is preventing an immediate something or other. I'm just laughing because this could also seem like an excuse. But it is about mindset, this light and airy vibe that really looks for the inspired, the higher, the inspired, beautiful new thing that can come in. It feels like those innovations, the unusual and never before seen collaborations. So there could be something here. There could be something that they're feeling on the heart space, that your energy is like a muse to them. I'm going to keep pulling Hermit Tarot. This really challenges me to harmonize these messages. So what can we see about the future manifestations and this waiting period on the heart space? What would divine masculines say to the divine feminines about this? Oh, something wanted to come out. What can we see about truth? So yeah, they're beginning to warm up to this idea that on the heart space they want you to be central to future manifestations that are new and unusual, that include you, divine feminine. So it could very well have to do with work. So this could be mission, service, collaborations that way. Or it could simply be the love, because this is in the heart space. Regardless, it's the truth. They don't want to be without you in their lives. Okay, what are they wishing? To bravely keep up the good fight in the world, regarding their own paradigm shift, their own up-to-the-minute expression of where they've come to, communication, sharing that, not being defensive necessarily, but finding ways to be valiant, triumphant, to own it, to express it into the world, that which they believe in, that is empowering them, the vision that they hold. What would they say to you about this wish? Oh my goodness, way over here. I want to get you drunk and now is not the time. So they want to celebrate. Want to celebrate with you when they have passed the test I just heard, when they have accomplished what it is that they are navigating. They want to do a toast. That's okay. So what? I'm giggling because it feels like all the times that they've said this over the years or months or however long it's been, it's like all of the times that they've made an intention within to celebrate with you, it's going to have to be drunk worthy, because there's so many untoasted celebrations left in the ethers that they've said, I'd like to celebrate with my divine feminine. I'll do it when I'm finished this. And one thing after another, each celebration is accumulating, and now it's quite a bit of celebration that's overdue. Okay, what action are the masculines taking? Two of Orbs and Ace of Wands. They're balancing out and seeing love versus fear. They're looking at things in positive ways that I literally heard that turns them on. So instead of being pessimistic, they're switching on the light switch and becoming more optimistic, and it's really building a charge. They're energized to it. This is beautiful. The Two of Swords, Two of Orbs is giving me a teeter-totter feeling of having gone from one thing to the other, being pessimism to optimism as a way of life. And they're not as skeptical because they're seeing the proof of love, is what I heard. And so they are more likely to confidently act out and speak out in an energized and inspired way now, because they're not judging themselves for being weak. So divine masculines, that's really beautiful that you're doing that. And look, she's half exposed, so there's some transparency, vulnerability that you are exercising to do this. You're expressing your opinion more, divine masculine. You are not holding back and filtering the things that your heart and soul want to express. That's great. It's great. What would you say to your divine feminine about that? Oh, you hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. So you cracked them open. You told them they needed to open up. You showed them somehow they needed to be brave. There's a theme of bravery here. It's noble, and you have inspired that. You've inspired, I just heard that they felt like you could leave them behind, and they're, in certain ways, they're becoming more transparent to match the energy. Interesting message. What is the biggest block at this time? Wow, having come through the transformation and claiming the knowing, claiming the crown of overcoming, the crown of glory. So this bravery, the fighting the good fight, taking every thought captive and becoming more optimistic, more in alignment with manifestation. The victory of overcoming the lower thought paradigms, that is still a work in progress. Let's see what the masculines would say to the feminines from that challenge place. How does that feel for you, divine masculines? What is it that we can see regarding how that is experienced? My life started when I met you. You planted a seed, is what I'm hearing, divine feminine. You inspired this transformation. Yeah, things that you've said, this is a divine feminine energy, things that you've said with tact and timing that was done in a different way, something unfamiliar. I'm getting that collaborative energy that you presented a version of reality to your divine masculine that was not familiar. Getting that again. So I believe the reason this is in the reverse is because the real life, the ascended life, hasn't yet started, but the seed was planted when you met. Okay, what is the spirit guidance for that? Oh, Two of Cups and the Three of Wands again. So we saw this earlier as the manifestations for the future and this love. So divine masculines, the spirit guidance here is literally allow the transformation and this love to inspire you towards all potentials in the future. Love is unlimited, unbounded, and it is safe to utilize your divine feminine as a muse towards this, to continue the germination, the sprouting, the branching out, the becoming with this growth process and transformation of overcoming the lower thought forms and focusing on love. What would the divine masculines say about that spirit guidance to the divine feminines? Please be good. Please be good. I am coming, trust, and wrongful advice. So the divine masculines were waylaid by some opinion or wrongful advice at some point, but they're still on their way. And yes, they are going to focus on the love above all else and not the naysaying. Where's the connection going in the next while? The divine masculines know exactly what they need to do next to let old foundations fall towards the destined path, is what I'm getting. So the time is coming to make some moves to align with destiny. Ooh. What does that look like, divine masculines? What can we see? Yes, I think so. I want you. And have I lost everything? This is that tentative energy that is being contemplated in this card. So it's like a destined path versus staying closed up in the bud and not changing my life. Destined path versus feeling restless and potentially having regrets for the rest of my life. It's the kind of vibe I'm getting here. So divine masculines are feeling like they're going to make some bold moves soon out of their comfort zone. Okay, let's get a Starseed Oracle. We're Beyond Lemuria. Let's get a Beyond Lemuria card for the connection today. So what is it we can see? Freedom. Freedom. 25. Freedom 25. Customized life plan. Living the life you love. Liberation as a shift in perspective. The many facets of freedom. Inviting enjoyment and inspiration into your life. Discovering what freedom means to you. Overcoming limitation. Unbound creative expression. And choice over obligation.